Vitamin B3 has long been known for its cardiovascular benefits, but in recent years, its potential to improve metabolic disorders such as diabetes and obesity has captured increasing attention. The growing body of research suggests that vitamin B3, in its various forms, including niacin, nicotinamide riboside, NR, and nicotinamide mononucleotide, NMN, can play a meaningful role in supporting insulin sensitivity, enhancing fat metabolism, and promoting healthier energy regulation. While it is not a standalone cure, the positive findings in human studies point to a practical, low-risk adjunct that may complement lifestyle and pharmacological strategies to manage metabolic dysfunction. One of the most compelling mechanisms is the link between B3 and NAD, a coenzyme central to energy metabolism. NAD levels naturally decline with age, obesity, and metabolic stress, which contributes to insulin resistance, inefficient fat utilization, and impaired mitochondrial function. By acting as a precursor for NAD, B3 supplements help restore these essential cellular processes. Increased NAD availability enhances the activity of sirtuins, a family of enzymes that regulate glucose homeostasis, lipid metabolism, and mitochondrial energy output. These pathways are especially important for maintaining metabolic flexibility, the body's ability to switch between burning carbohydrates and fats efficiently, which is often compromised in diabetes and obesity. Clinical evidence supports these mechanisms with increasingly optimistic results. Trials using NR or NMN in overweight or older adults have shown improvements in markers of insulin sensitivity, glucose tolerance, and overall metabolic efficiency. Participants frequently demonstrate better fasting glucose control, reduced insulin resistance, and modest but consistent reductions in visceral fat accumulation. While the improvements are incremental rather than dramatic, they reflect a meaningful shift in underlying metabolic processes, which is exactly the type of long-term change that can prevent or slow the progression of type 2 diabetes. Niacin and nicotinamide have also been studied in this context, with nuanced but encouraging results. Niacin, traditionally used to improve lipid profiles, can indirectly influence metabolic health by modulating fat transport and storage. When used carefully, it has been shown to reduce circulating free fatty acids, improve HDL cholesterol, and contribute to more balanced energy metabolism. Nicotinamide, though less potent for cholesterol management, demonstrates benefits for pancreatic beta cell function and may help the pancreas respond more effectively to glucose challenges. These effects suggest that different forms of B3 may complement one another depending on the metabolic goals, whether that is improving insulin sensitivity, supporting lipid balance, or enhancing cellular energy production. Another promising dimension is the impact on adipose tissue. Obesity is often associated with dysfunctional fat cells that secrete inflammatory cytokines, contributing to systemic insulin resistance. B3 supplementation, particularly in the form of NR and NMN, appears to improve the function of white and brown adipose tissue. By promoting mitochondrial efficiency and enhancing NAD-dependent signaling, these supplements help fat cells burn energy more effectively, reduce inflammatory signaling, and support thermogenesis. This creates a positive feedback loop where improved fat metabolism helps reduce metabolic stress and enhances insulin responsiveness throughout the body. Safety and tolerability are strong advantages of B3 interventions. NR and NMN are generally well tolerated in human studies, with few reported adverse effects even at higher doses. Niacin's main side effect, flushing, can be mitigated through slow-release formulations or combination strategies, and nicotinamide is largely free of these issues. This favorable profile makes B3 supplementation accessible for long-term metabolic support, especially for individuals looking for safe ways to complement diet, exercise, and conventional medications. Beyond the measurable biomarkers, there is also a practical, lifestyle-oriented optimism in these findings. Because B3 supplements support cellular energy production and mitochondrial function, participants often report subtle improvements in energy levels, exercise tolerance, and recovery. These functional benefits reinforce adherence to healthy behaviors, creating a synergistic effect. Better metabolism makes it easier to stay active and maintain balanced nutrition, which in turn amplifies the benefits of the supplementation. In this sense, vitamin B3 interventions may not just target glucose or fat directly, they help create a more resilient physiological environment for overall metabolic health. The overall picture emerging from clinical research is one of consistent, incremental, and positive changes. Vitamin B3 does not replace the need for diet, exercise, or medication in managing diabetes or obesity, but it strengthens the body's natural capacity to regulate glucose and fat. Improvements in insulin sensitivity, mitochondrial efficiency, adipose function, and inflammation all point toward a broader capacity for metabolic resilience, which is arguably the most important factor for long-term health span. In conclusion, the promise of vitamin B3 in managing metabolic disorders lies in its ability to support fundamental cellular processes, energy production, NAD metabolism, and enzymatic regulation of glucose and lipids. Across multiple human trials, these supplements have demonstrated modest but meaningful improvements in insulin sensitivity, fat metabolism, and overall metabolic flexibility. Combined with a healthy lifestyle, B3 supplementation emerges as a realistic, safe, and scientifically grounded strategy to help the body maintain better metabolic health, slow the progression of insulin resistance, and enhance quality of life for those at risk of or living with diabetes and obesity.